Almost every single day at this point, I click on the internet and I see some complete donkey try and tell you that XYZ is saturated, or ABC is saturated, or this thing's too competitive, or that thing's too competitive, or any of these things that literally 9 times out of 10, it's just like, this thing is so saturated, and then do my thing that is less saturated because I made it up and it's complete bullshit. Here's the secret, is that 9 times out of 10, new stuff that's like some made up bullshit is just some sort of like short-term arbitrage that becomes available that then becomes not available as soon as the arbitrage leaves. So for example, selling one very specific type of offer to a very specific market, sometimes that completely blows the fuck up very, very quickly. Sometimes you just have an ability to hit one specific market very, very quickly with one offer that works really well. So for example, growth operating is an underserved market where nobody really has done the thing to a really high level yet and hit like an entire industry. That means initially there's going to be a massive spurt where there's a huge arbitrage available for people that are less, less skilled or more closer to a beginner level, for those types of people to go into that market and get very, very fast results. That's awesome. That's very sick. But in saying that, it's one of those things that's kind of like a short-term fix. It's a short-term solution. So when you get on the internet and you see people say XYZ thing isn't working, you just really have to be aware, as my timer goes off from my work session, you just really have to be aware of what you are focusing on. Are you going to be focusing on something that's a short-term BS solution, or are you focusing on building something that just is sticky and where people are just going to pay you for a really long time, and where you can just become a really strong service provider in a market? Like, as someone that's been in the space for a while, I've really seen a lot of these things come and go. And if I was starting from scratch, all I would want to be doing is just building something that makes me money consistently and reliably every single month. Because while I completely understand towards the start, you just need money, like you just need to sell, like you're like, holy shit, I need to make 10K a month, I need to make 50K a month, I need to just make money right now. But let me just give you, a bit of a skip the line insight. As soon as you have financial security, you don't want fast money anymore. You want money that's going to consistently come in so you can actually breathe and relax a little bit, instead of doing these little kind of arbitrage offers where you just have like 6 months of making a lot of money. You don't want that at all. You want something where, like email marketing, where your clients are going to stay with you for 6 to 12 months and have a massive LTV. That is 100 times better than doing something where like new gurus come on the block and say you need to do XYZ. And that's not shitting on growth operating. I actually think growth operating is a great opportunity vehicle, because I do think that's going to be around for a long time. And I think it has been around for a long time. I think it's one of the best mechanisms or best kind of like made up things that have come around, because I think it actually works. My dog's being a bit loud. But the point of this video is that when you come online and you see people saying how saturated something is, do me a favor and just immediately think of saturation as a complete and utter skill issue. Like, it is a blatant skill issue. And whenever someone's telling you something's saturated, they're basically just telling you that they're going to pitch you some bullshit in 5 minutes. Like, that is the indicator. Because if someone tells you something's saturated, you just have to think about why they would say that's the case. Like, why would you say XYZ is saturated? Like, of course, there are going to be some complete white knight type people that are going to come on and save you from your, complete, your failed business. But really, if you're thinking something's saturated, that kind of just means you're not competing well enough. So for example, every single one of my clients that does email marketing, before they sign up with us, they tell me, I'm so worried about competition. I'm so worried about, is this going to be the offer that's scalable? Can people, are people going to pay me forever to do email marketing? And I tell them, give me 3 to 4 months of just actually doing stuff, and then we can talk about it after that. How does that sound? And then I'll pull up my Slack channel right now. Where is this? Let me actually I'll just pull up some stuff literally as we speak on this call. So, see this? This is Oscar booking infinite calls per day. He just hit an all-time record month. He does email marketing. Let's find the next one. Benjamin Marone does recruiting. He signed 4 clients in one singular day. Oh shit. He signed 4 clients in one singular day. Who else we got? Angus, email marketing. 10 sales calls tomorrow. Who else is in a competitive market? Facebook ads. 30% net profit with 2K retainer, 3K retainer. So it's not really as if you get into these markets and you're like, wow, it's impossible to scale them. It's, oh my God, I'm in a market where people actually buy shit and I can sell something to someone that they're going to consistently buy instead of just doing some arbitrage thing. And again, that's not to shit on growth operating. I actually love growth operating. Like I think it's awesome. The main point of this is that when you get online and you see someone be like, this thing's so saturated, like that should just immediately trigger some sort of like sales resistance, or that should trigger something in your brain that says, what is this person doing? And obviously you can come back at that and say, yeah, I'm biased because, you know, I obviously help people that run service-based businesses, but I help people that run every single sort of service-based business. So you can't really, like, it's not the same. Like I see every single service-based business. I see the ones that make money. I see the ones that are in my Slack channel saying, I just booked 10 fucking sales calls today. I'm about to make 10K today. And then they're going to recur. And I just got a 20x ROAS or 20 to 1 CAC to LTV on my Facebook ads, which means I'm paying $1,000 to acquire a client and they're paying me $20,000 over their lifetime. So that means I'm getting a 20x ROI. The people that are telling me that they're getting a 20x ROI on their ads that we help them create are not the people that are saying they're doing some weird AI bullshit or anything that's new or anything that's fancy or anything that's sexy. It's the people that are doing email marketing as a service, Facebook ads as a service, XYZ as a service. And you know what's even the kicker? Recently, my girlfriend was saying she wants to make some side income. I was like, yeah, send this DM, go on Instagram, find these people and just DM like 20 people per day. Not even 100 per day. Go DM 20 people per day. Guess what? She's getting like a 60% positive reply rate on a intro offer. For like the typical SMMA, like I want to manage your accounts and stuff and make you content. So when I see people like on my laptop and on YouTube come on here and say XYZ saturated, this isn't going to get you to 10K a month, this isn't going to get you to 50K a month, this isn't getting you to 100K a month. It's just like you're doing the wrong stuff. Like you are doing it incorrectly. Like guarantee you, if it's not working, you are doing it incorrectly, you're doing the wrong stuff, or you're just not doing enough. Because you might say like, yeah, I'm not getting leads, but it's like, do you deserve to get leads? Did you do any outreach? Did you run any ads? Did you make any content? Is your service even remotely good? Like, do your clients fully hate you because you deliver shit services? Like, yeah, maybe it is hard because you're doing everything completely fucking wrong, you know? So it's kind of one of those things where when people say stuff saturated, of course it's going to resonate with you if you're not winning, because it kind of gives you an out. It gives you an external thing to blame for your, lack of success or the fact that you haven't succeeded yet, which is completely fine. I personally would rather just say, hey, there's probably something that I'm not doing correctly. I need to go ahead and learn how the fuck to do that, rather than just saying, oh, the reason my thing's not working is because it's saturated and that's why I'm not making money. Or this external thing is the reason that I'm not making money, so I can just do this and then it's gonna work. But then you run into this cycle where not only are you not taking responsibility for your own future, but number two, you're also giving yourself no control over your situation. Because how much better is it if someone was just like, hey, if you just do this, it's gonna work eventually, and the only reason that it wouldn't work is if you're doing the wrong stuff or you're not doing the stuff well enough. And then you can actually improve yourself instead of just keep on looking online and seeing people say shit's saturated and then scapegoating the vehicle for why you're not making enough money. Can't tell you how many email marketers are in my DMs and how many Facebook ads guys are in my DMs and how many landing page guys are in my DMs saying how saturated it is. Ask yourself, how many times has a client told you that they have 10 really good people that offer your service talking to them? How often is it? It's actually not that, it's not often at all. You will not talk to your client. Your client will not know 10 really good agencies. Your client will not know 10 really good service providers. It doesn't happen. So then you try and tell me that it's saturated. And I'm like, I don't know, is it? Like how many good service providers does your clients know? They don't know that many. It's because it's not saturated. It's because the only reason that it's not working is because you're fucking it up. So if you're coping and if you're continually telling yourself that stuff is saturated, look in the mirror. Like, I don't mean to make this like a lambasting video because I completely understand. The only reason that I get riled up about this is because I was one of those guys as well, where I would have clients that deliver saturated services, they deliver email marketing, they do Facebook ads, and I'd be thinking, wow, this is so hard to sell. Why is it not working? You know, it's the vehicle, like the vehicle's not good. And I would be that guy. But then eventually I just kept testing and kept pushing, and I was like, holy shit, this is how you sell it. I was like, this is what you do. And then I was like, oh, that's pretty easy. Why would I not just do that every time? And then I just started doing that every time, and my clients started printing. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? Now everyone's happy. So my recommendation would be, I'm gonna put the video that shows you how to do this on the next page. I would watch that video, and instead of coping about saturation or coping about how competitive something is, why don't you just take action and do something properly? Maybe it'll work. You know, I don't want to get angry or make it seem like it's evil to think something's saturated. For me, it's more about the people that are saying it's saturated. And then obviously if you watch it and you're not, you know, if you don't have all these data points to say that something's not saturated, it'd be really easy to think something's saturated. But that's kind of the reality of the situation.